Time now for the Sunrise Newsfeed. We've been talking this morning about the lockout laws operating in some states in an attempt to cut alcohol-related violence. New South Wales have earned the title the Nanny state because of the restrictions in popular tourist areas of Sydney, and Queensland will debate its laws next week. But one punch victim, Max Hardwick-Morris, told us earlier on Sunrise that lockouts are not the solution and authorities need to look at other options.
A heavier police presence might even be because, no one's going to start fights when there's police walking around or around police. Like London, they have CCTV footage everywhere, so everything can be caught on tape, which some people could argue is expensive, but the cost to the economy of the laws has been quite expensive, I suppose, for tourism and hospitality. And then Melbourne have great public transport on the weekends. So it's a lot easier to get out of entertainment precincts.
But a poll on the Sunrise website has found 72% of our viewers support lockout laws. It's a real generational thing. I support them, my kids don't. Let's bring in Shelly Horton. Ryan Phelan is the bloke in the middle. And Nat, are lockout laws unfair?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I am with the 72% of Sunrise viewers. I think it's been an incredible advantage to us because we can see the statistics. I mean, I'm not going to listen to a one-punch victim. I'm going to listen to Professor Gordian Folder from the St Vincent's Hospital, who says it's absolutely cut back on the alcohol-fueled violence. So I think that it's been an incredible plus.
In King's Cross, my kids would argue that the violence has increased in Newtown or Bondi.
The statistics don't show that it's increased.
No,
in
I disagree with that because I live in a neighbouring suburb, Darling Point, right next to King's Cross, and I think these lockout laws have completely reinvigorated the areas around King's Cross, like Double Bay, like Paddington, and I find it an absolute joy to go out now around those particular areas, and I feel very, very safe. I think that worked.
They don't have lockout laws, though.
No,
Paddington,
but there's still the 10 p.m. curfew for buying alcohol at bottle shops and things like that. Look, I think the problem is with our drinking culture, and you compare that to how it is everywhere else in the world. We've massively got a problem here in Australia. So I think any solution like the lockout laws to help that, I think can only be a good thing.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Nat.
Yeah, look, I find it almost difficult to comment because I am not the person who's going to be complaining about having last drinks at 3 a.m. I think by the sound of it, there are very passionate people who do want to keep drinking at pubs after that hour. I think that's the minority, and I think that's what the Premier is ruling for. He's been very open and saying, OK, we will have a very comprehensive study now. I think if you're young, like your kids, and you're living within a few k's of the city and that is your life, or you're coming in and going out, that is your life, you're probably only talking to people of like-minded, minds.
Yeah.
You're not talking to older people who just look and think, do you really need to be still starting your drinks after 3 o'clock in the morning? Do you?
I think it's very unfair to call it a nanny state when we can drink until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If it was 10 p.m, different.
Yeah.
All right, different subject. Do any of you hit the snooze button on the alarm how many times?
Never in my life.
Never in my life either.
Well, we're learning now that you are goody two-shoes, because if you do hit the snooze button, it could be harmful. Scientists say when your alarm goes off, it acts as a signal to your body to wake up and start the day. Hitting the snooze button, even for an extra 5 minutes, confuses your brain. That's why you could feel groggy or disoriented when you eventually wake up. So that's it. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, no, but for me, I just think of it, I want the best sleep I can right up until the last minute, and then when that alarm goes off, that means I have to get up. Whereas I think when you hit the snooze button...
But isn't the snooze button having a second helping of ice cream?
There was a time where I used the snooze button and I used to have bad dreams about sleeping through my alarm. But then when I found that I didn't have the snooze option, I pretty much wake up straight away. So I think you can train your brain a certain way, can't you?
I take so long to get to sleep that another 10 minutes lying there, I'd just be thinking, is it there yet? Is it there yet?
Yeah.
I just think it's just totally pointless for me. But because I have trouble getting to sleep.
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
never get back to sleep within the 10 minutes.
We worry about waking up
Yeah.
early, don't we? So I have an alarm next to me, and then I have my mobile alarm in the bathroom with the door open for 5 minutes after and all that.
That's the key.
You
Don't
get
have it
paranoid.
right next to you. Have it
No, I
away
have
from you,
one
so you
alarm,
have to
that's
get
it.
up.
Really?
Yeah. For 12 years, I've only ever had one alarm on my phone.
You live on the edge.
Yeah. I
You live on the edge.
Next Monday,
That's
there's an
Nat.
empty seat there.
Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Here's Eddie with some trouble for Telstra.